This is 5 on your side at 5. Focused on you.
New tonight, mail theft on the rise in the St. Louis area. A South City man says he was the victim of a check washing scam. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Bush.
I'm Kelly Jackson. A check washing scam is when someone changes the payee's name and the dollar amount on the checks. Luckily, the man's bank caught the crime before it was too late. Tonight, 5 on your side's Diamond Palmer explains why the problem is becoming more common.
Eric Veith says a check he wrote to his insurance company and placed in this blue box for the U.S. Postal Service was stolen and made out for double the amount. Veith says he wrote a $1,700 check in October for his insurance premium. 3 days later, Simmons Bank notified him that fraudulent activity was occurring in his bank account. He says the thief posed as him and tried to deposit small amounts into his account before trying to cash in a $4,500 check. It's a crime the U.S. Attorney's Office in St. Louis has been prosecuting over the past several years. Veith says he's calling on the U.S. Postal Service to do more in protecting people's mail.
It had my signature on it, it had somebody else as the payee, and the amount had increased from $1,700 to $4,500. So that occurred to me, okay, this must be what check washing is all about. I heard about it, I didn't know how prevalent it was.
The Postal Police Officers Association says over the last 3 years, the number of officers who protect postal workers has decreased nationally from 3,000 to 450, and only 15 of them protect the St. Louis metropolitan area. Veith says he will be filing a police report in the coming days. Reporting in Shaw, Diamond Palmer, 5 on your side.
New tonight, the parents of a 7-year-old boy killed by an alleged drunk driver are suing the bar where the driver was served. 5 on your side's Christine Byers talked to legal experts today to find out how often these types of lawsuits are successful.
Prosecutors say the driver's blood alcohol limit was more than twice the legal limit 2 hours after the crash that left Zachary Allen dead. And now his parents say this bar in downtown St. Louis is also to blame.
It happened at about 3:30 in the morning, August 12th, along Interstate 70 in Wentzville. The Allen family was driving home from a vacation in Myrtle Beach when police say Davion Cook drove the wrong way on the interstate and crashed into them at almost 100 miles an hour. 7-year-old Zachary Allen was killed. Now the Allens are suing Shark Bar and Ballpark Village as part of Missouri's dram shop law. It states that establishments can be held liable if they knowingly serve alcohol to a visibly intoxicated person. Attorney and 5 on your side legal analyst Scott Rosenblum says these cases are common. How do you begin to prove that they knew or should have known? How do you prove that?
They can prove it by way of witnesses. They can prove it by way of surveillance. Most bars have surveillance. And, if a person's stumbling up to the bar and ordering drinks and he's still being served, that's evidence. They can prove it by sometimes credit card receipts or witnesses that are watching them drink.
Rosenblum says he's seen cases like this settle for up to $4 million. The Allens are seeking $225,000. In downtown St. Louis, Christine Byers, 5 on your side.
Well, it's feeling really warm for the second week of November. We were just below the record high for today, so let's check in with Weather First meteorologist Jim Castillo to see how long this is going to last.
Yeah, it's amazing. So the average high for this time of year is 60. We're at 74 now, the high 77, and that record 81. So just below that. And it's still 74 degrees. You notice that we had that sunshine earlier. Now the clouds are rolling in. There's that official high of 77 today. Now Tuesday, 77 and 80 is a record high. Wednesday, we are expecting to break that record. 83 and 82 is the record. And by the way, that happened last year. All right now a cold front's coming through. Some clouds out there, maybe a sprinkle, but really this is not going to cool us off much at all. A little stronger system coming late Wednesday. We'll talk more about that in just a few minutes.
All right, Jim. Missouri's Attorney General is suing to stop the government from mailing out abortion pills. He is suing the FDA and Health Department. It is over the FDA's approval of mifepristone. The Attorney General claims it's untested and can harm women. Access to the drug is available in states where abortion is legal, while several legal challenges play out.
Today, St. Louis-based developer Clayco announced plans to add hundreds of jobs and invest in a new facility. It will bring all of their employees under one roof after reaching a deal with the state for millions in incentives. 5 on your side, Holden Kerwicki has the terms of the deal from Jefferson City.
Unemployment in the Show Me State currently sits at 2.8%, but Governor Mike Parson says if the state of Missouri wants to be successful, the city of St. Louis needs to be successful. That's why the state is investing millions of dollars in a partnership with Clayco that they believe will accomplish just that.
As part of the incentive agreement, Clayco, an engineering, construction, and real estate firm currently located in Overland, will spend $50 million to add an additional 400 jobs in St. Louis, with an average pay of $120,000 per year. In return for keeping Clayco's business, the state is providing an incentive package totaling more than $17 million if Clayco adds those jobs within the next 6 years. While the incentives certainly helped the decision, Clayco founder Bob Clark says it wasn't the deciding factor that many would think.
Our employees want to be here, they want to stay here, and we've been having terrific success recruiting people to the state of Missouri. It's affordable, it has a diverse economy, it's a welcoming community, and we could not be more excited.
As part of their multi-million-dollar expansion, Clayco will be moving into the old Express Scripts building in Berkeley. They hope to have the move completed by October of 2024. Reporting in Jefferson City, Holden Kerwicki, 5 on your side.
Today, St. Louis's mayor signed 2 bills creating regulations on short-term rentals. Rentals like Airbnb and Vrbo have caused some safety concerns in the city. The new regulations include a 2-night stay minimum, required permits to operate a rental, and caps to the number of rentals someone can operate. The new rules go into effect next year. Applications to operate a rental will also open next year.
Tomorrow, voters will hit the polls for the Missouri municipal elections. In Arnold, St. John, and St. Charles, voters will weigh in on a pot sales tax. There are 2 other major decisions. In St. Louis County, voters will decide on Proposition 3. If it passes, the Rockwood School District can reallocate money out of its debt service fund. Instead, district leaders say that money would go toward facilities, technology, and safety, all without increasing the tax rate. Some voters will also decide on the Manchester annexation. It's a proposal to expand the city of Manchester. If approved, the city would gain 6,500 more residents. The Manchester mayor says people living in the annexation area could see property taxes go up, but he says the benefits of living in the city outweigh that extra cost.
Today, former President Donald Trump testified in his New York civil fraud trial. The state's attorney general filed a $250 million lawsuit against him. The former president and others are accused of inflating assets on financial statements to defraud lenders. Today, the judge told Trump to keep his answers more concise, telling his defense team, quote, "If you can't control him, I will," end quote. The judge also threatened to remove him from the stand. The former president maintains he's done nothing wrong.
Your star witness, along with all the DAs and corrupt AGs, need to be paying attention to what happens when you let us take the stand. When you let my client speak the truth, and the judge can tell me to sit down, and he can try and shorten my client's testimony, but it is loud and clear. They've got nothing.
The judge has already ruled he is liable in one fraud claim. The New York Attorney General also wants to bar Trump from doing business in the state and to dissolve his companies.
The humanitarian crisis grows in Gaza, and while many are calling for a ceasefire, the U.S. Secretary of State is pushing for something else.
A guilty plea in the Highland Park 4th of July shooting, but not for the man holding the gun. Why the suspect's father will spend time behind bars.
And deals on top of deals. Consumer Reports explains where you can find big holiday sales right now.